And of course, let me say a special hello to all the WZY 95.9 FM listeners out there. Yes, people, we are back with you. It's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. And we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. It's Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday from 7 to 9 p.m. And of course, folks, I am one third of the Dark Triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. My name is Sam, and we come to you every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And, we have we always have things interesting when you come into the village on WZY 95.9 FM. Joining us soon is going to be the two-thirds of the Dark Triplets. That's, of course, it's Diana, Ansem, and Gary. We're going to have Diana, and we're going to have Gary. So we only have the beginning and the ending of the Dark Triplets. We have the middle, and the middle is me and Sam on WZY 95.9 FM. So, folks, there is a lot going on in Trinidad and Tobago today, and of course, going on. Of course, we always have our first our loyalist, Steve Trini Lopez in Orlando, Florida. Steve, welcome to In the Village with the Dark Triplets and WZY 95.9 FM. And folks, there is a lot of interesting things going on in Trinidad and Tobago. And at some point tonight, I want to get some statistics from the COVID dashboard that's put out daily by the Ministry of Health. And you're all going to be shocked. You're all going to be very shocked when I break down those numbers for you. You're going to be very, very shocked, right? So let me play our anthem song here before we get started. This is our anthem song here in the village and the Jack Triplets. We love this song too bad because, you know what? This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to play this one instead because I really want the government of Trinidad and Tobago to do this with respect, exile, and stranded citizens. Let me say this, right? So the decision to lock out exile and stranded citizens out of Trinidad and Tobago, it seemed that this decision is not going to change anytime soon, right? This seems to be something that's going to go far into the future, right? And what I want to do is to give to the government of Trinidad and Tobago some simple solutions. And I've been trying to give these solutions quite a while now. Solution number one: any citizen of Trinidad and Tobago that's fully vaccinated can come into the country with you have to have two other things. You have to have a negative PCR test. And secondly, when you come into the country, you got to take a rapid COVID-19 test. So for example, at Seton University, since I'm a system coach, every Friday I have to take a rapid test, and you get these test results back very, very quickly. Very quickly. Right? Hi, Cindy J, how are you? So when anyone comes into the airport in Trinidad and Tobago, in addition to your PCR test, you have to take a rapid test. If you test negative on the rapid test, you go quarantine in your home. What boy? Kino Sledge says they don't even have rapid tests down here. Kino, I thought some pharmacy was doing it illegally. I read that somewhere. All right, but anyway, Kino, even if you don't have it, I'm making this suggestion to the government. Bring a team and as a matter of fact, everyone coming in the airport have to pay for the test. Let me bring in the other one third of the Dark Triplets here on WZY 95.9 FM. Wavy, Diana, Benson, boy.
Greetings. Was having a little bit of hiccup with the technology, but I'm here.
Listen, we don't worry about hiccups, you know. We all we worry that you're here. We all we just get hiccups. You understand? Well, you're here.
Yeah.
So Diana, what I was just
Yeah.
saying is that, and Kino Sledge Beard. Now, Kino, where you from again? Now, we believe in solutions to it.
Mm-hmm.
You are locking out exile and stranded citizens.
Oh
They
boy.
can't come into the country.
Oh
COVID
boy.
19 ramping up. No, 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 no. Let me not use them same words they use. COVID 19 is prevalent all across the country.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives you more reasons to keep
Mm-hmm.
exile and stranded citizens out of the country.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the solution? Let's try to find some solutions to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And my solution is simply this. Two. One, you have a negative PCR test. And two, when you get into the airport, you have to take a rapid test. If
Mm.
those two are negative, you go quarantine in your home for 14 days.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, that's simple.
But the prime minister was he tested positive and he was allowed to quarantine. So why can't someone who tests negative be allowed to go home and quarantine? I mean, hello.
Yeah, and look, Kino Sledgebeard is saying, I am from Tobago. I live in New York, and we Tobagonians test still have to go to Trinidad. And that's true. Why does you have to take a test in Tobago and it has to go to Trinidad? I don't know. Is it flying to Trinidad or is it going on the APT James? You know what I mean? If it's going on the APT James, it's going to take a few hours, right? Are they flying it? Right? Or are they boating it? Boating, I made that up. Are they boating it down to Trinidad and Tobago? You know,
Yeah, a
so,
lot.
so, so, go ahead.
That has been a problem. That seems to be a cry of Tobagonians. They're treated as a ward of Trinidad, and you know, time has come now for services for Tobagonians to be rendered in Tobago. And it seems to be the cry of the Tobago House of Assembly that they should have the services for Tobagonians in Tobago, and they don't like. For instance, they have to go to Trinidad to get the embassy services. That's a plane ride, a boat ride, whatever. I mean, why all this? Let them have everything there in Tobago. I don't know. No,
You know,
everything
you know,
just seems.
Diana, I've said this, and people think that what the ideas that you're putting on the table is to make either the party look better, in the end, is to make the country better,
That's right.
right? And it is at the end of the day, once you are doing something
Oh dear.
that's talking about country, let me see if this
Mhm.
is a. Let me take this down. Let me see if this is a qualification or not. Caller, hello. Okay, hold on, call. Put you on here. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Yeah, Diana. So the idea is that when you make suggestions, and these
Mhm.
suggestions are for the benefit of the country, and
Mhm.
somehow those suggestions may be not in line with the party in power, you against the
Mhm.
party,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
And we out here, what do we know? We don't live there, and I'm so tired of that now. And sometimes it sort of disillusions you from even opening your mouth to want to say anything, to offer any suggestions, because that's the country that, well, along with Barbados, educated me, and I want to give back. So I'm so tired of that, what I want to call stale bread rhetoric. I want to give back to the country that educated me and sent me on say.
No,
We
no,
didn't
no, no, no.
smoke. We didn't smoke. Ganja and put a pipe out with brain and whatnot. At least listen to what we
No,
have. I
no, they
mean,
run away from the country. Hello, caller, you on WI 95.9 FM. How you doing?
can't hear.
Well, no. I was making a suggestion that they include the rapid test when you get to Trinidad, and if you test negative, you then can go straight on to your home and quarantine. Once the PCR is negative and the rapid test is negative, and I'm saying that instead of you having to pay for quarantine to pay for a rapid test, and let me give you an example. The reason why I suggested that, when I went to my daughter's graduation a week ago, right, we had to take a rapid test the morning before we could go to the graduation. So we sit there, we take the test, they give us a piece of paper, sign, you're negative. When we go to the graduation, we show the people we have a negative test, and we good to go. We went in and enjoyed our daughter's graduation. We had to pay. Now the rapid test cost about 90 US, right? So my wife and I was $180, right? But we had to pay because we want to see our daughter graduation, right? So now in Trinidad, you instead of you having to pay $6,000 to quarantine, right? If you had to pay a little, let me say, even a 500 TT for the rapid test, you're saving plenty money. Mm. Mm. No, I hear you. People shouldn't have to pay. People shouldn't have to pay to quarantine because you close the borders. The government locked down the borders, but that's the government policy. That's the government policy that they put in place. So I mean, poor people suffering even more. You know.
Hmm.
Mm. No, well, that ain't making no sense. But the new minister. Well, listen. Go ahead. Mm. Mm. So, so have you guys filed for an exemption? Have you guys filed for an exemption to go back home? And what's been the status so far? Mm. Yeah, you got to go organize it. You go organize it. And I saw Fitzgerald's listening. And in this type of situation, we call him Fitzgerald's we boy now, eh? All of a sudden he's we boy in here.
Fitzy, Fitzy.
Fitzy, boy. Boy, Fitzy, boy. You understand he's we boy now, boy. The next person looking for exemption is Fitzy. Same
Not a
situation as
strand.
Franklin Can family. And and
Gary.
and we go take care of it. We have the Phantom
How's
inside. Phantom,
everybody? How's
welcome.
everybody? I'm listening and I'm taking it in.
Yeah, we have our friend. This what's your name again? Calling from Florida. Right, Steve Trudy Lopez calling from Florida, and he's in that situation. Gary, you know the situation, and he's facing a similar situation. And we believe that
Did he
Fitzgerald,
message
the new
me?
minister,
Ask him to message me.
yeah, and message Gary, and we don't guarantee things, but we know that the new minister of national security has been very forthcoming with us in order
Mm-hmm.
to work with us. Yeah. Well, yeah, we go get you. No, we don't want you again on the iguana tail though. We want you again on the middle. Yeah,
Iguana belly.
Oh. Oh dear.
yeah, but Yeah, but that gonna get away. Yeah, yeah, that gonna
Joy.
go loose.
I think we need an alligator, boy, not like iguana.
No, no, we could get him on Zandoli.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
And how long he been stranded?
Well, I think he lives in Florida, but his family just died in Trinidad,
Oh God.
and he's trying to get back to Trinidad now. For the funeral. So Steve, listen, man. We're gonna continue. Of course, we always fighting this battle here. It's a battle, and we believe that the new Minister of National Security, who everybody's saying is my boy, They say I like him now, right? But I ain't forget my building and I'm up in 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗏. But I have to separate the two. You understand? I have to separate the exile and stranded citizens from the buildings in 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗏, and I'm willing to do that. Because right now it's more important for people to get back home to bury their loved ones, or for people who are stranded in this country to get back home to their residence.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm a partner, I'm a boy. Yeah, I'm a partner. I'm a UNC partner. Yeah, yeah, I'm a partner. I said that. Listen, I have plenty of people in the UNC my partner. PNM people don't say that, they're afraid to say that. I have PNM, yeah, UNC people in my partner. I could separate the politics. They supporting UNC. I supporting PNM. And listen, we could be friends outside of the political dome. Political dome, but yeah, I made that a political dome, but.
Oh, be careful how you use that. Huh? Mm.
Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, yeah. Mm, mm, well, Steve, let me tell you something. I have lost a lot of TNM friends because of standing up for exile and stranded citizens. I've lost quite a bit of friends. But TD Jakes, Minister TD Jakes says, and I thought a lot of them, was my, confidants. But TD Jakes said there's a difference between confidants, constituents, and comrades. I get to understand that most of them were either my comrades or my constituents. Because your constituents is, once you are for what they are for, they're with you. But anytime you are not for what they are for, they are against you. So since they are not for exile and stranded citizens, they are not for me, right? So, and I understand that, and that's okay. That's okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, things are definitely different. And there's a quote that says, when your intentions are pure, you don't lose friends, they lose you. You know, so I'll plenty of my people who I thought was my confidants, they lose me, but they lose me. But Steve, boy, it's always a pleasure, man, that you join us. You always the first one. You're one of our loyal, Cindy J. You know, you guys are very loyal to us, and we appreciate that. You know, we. Mm. Yeah. No, we appreciate that, man, and we appreciate your loyalty. Thank you so very kindly. Yeah, you go organize. We will make sure we organize. Mm. Right, you go in the middle of the iguana.
Tell him he'll get a whole Zandoli for himself.
Mm. Mm. Right, okay. Mm. 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 Well, you know, man, what I want to say to you is that things go work out. You know what I mean? Things are gonna work out. You stay positive, and everything is gonna work out. Right? Mm. Well, in Trinidad and Tobago, all you have to get is the negative PCR test. Once you get your exemption, you have to get your negative PCR test within 72 hours. Right? And once you get that, you know, and you reach home, you know, they go have you quarantine. You could either quarantine in a state facility or you could pay for a hotel. You know what I mean? Uh, nice. Mm, mm. So, so what we'll do, right, Steve, is let's contact Gary, and we're gonna make sure that we try to expedite. We try to do our best possible to expedite the exemption process for you to get back home. Mm, mm, yeah. Right. So Gary will stay in contact with you. Gary has your information, right?
Mm.
Right. He will stay in contact with you. Yeah. Okay. No. Call him, man. Call him. Just call him. Call him. Yeah, he's a good soul. Look at the child. Yeah. Text him. Because you know he like yeah. He like he like he like the other guy in Trinidad. He busy. All right, man. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You see, Diana, this gentleman, Gary's helping him, right? Gary,
Yeah.
guy Steve Trini Lopez out of Florida.
Okay.
Right. see how I guess he say he's gonna contact you, and I think he have a family member just passed away. And he's
Okay.
stranded himself. He had to come up here.
Let's put your number in the chat there. Anybody need to message me, they can.
Mm. Yeah,
So,
yeah,
and,
yeah.
so that make sure they have it because. Yeah, I'm also dealing with two other families here. In fact, three families. One's sick, and one's the family, the relatives died, and they're trying to get home. But there's no flight as of now. The only option is to probably fly to Barbados and take a private charter. That's the only option right now. The government has not assigned any current repatriation flight out of the U.S. or anywhere else. So the option available right now is to fly to Barbados and take a private charter.
So Gary, hey, but listen to this, sir. Hold up. Gary, I want you on Diana and Gary. At one time we were talking about body cameras here on the show, right? Right? And they have a new fellow who's here to sort called Sergeant Alexander, right? And he was on Beyond the Tape last night. And anyway, listen for this.
And a very special good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. It is Friday. And welcome to another program of Beyond the Tape on TV6. With me is the Superintendent of Police, Roger D. Alexander. You know this gentleman? You all know this gentleman? Yes. You are on,
Oh, okay.
You are on.
May I actually say, I look at change in the corner. Good afternoon. I look at change in the corner.
You're looking like little boy Horner in the corner.
I look at But Marlon, we have some things to deal with this evening. Eh? You see, I'm going for my things. We're going to dissect some things this evening.
Go ahead. Let me just take my
you better take your temperature and hold on.
All right.
Let me tell you this.
Everything is looking well.
Right. You ready?
Go ahead.
Body cams.
Yes.
All right. We spoke of it yesterday, right?
Yes.
A number of persons want us to put it on. The politicians want us to put it on. Religious groups want us to put it on. The criminals want us to put it on. Everybody wants us to put it on, right?
Right.
Okay. How come the same effort is not being placed on the criminal element to wear the anchor bracelet? Let us dissect that. You see, because we have to feel it. Eh? So if you have a man that is a criminal lurking in your neighborhood, committing crime after crime, court after court, all these things, why no emphasis is placed on to monitor that particular individual? Why the police? I hear in a moment of silence, Marlon, somebody there?
They have to respond.
No, Dana and Gary. I something ought to be wrong with me, boy. I think today they must inject Novocaine and lidocaine in my brain. That fella, Sergeant Alexander, is in charge of sort.
Superintendent. He's promoted.
Superintendent? All right,
Yeah.
my mistake on his error.
Superintendent.
Superintendent Superintendent Alexander, you will think, Diana and Gary, that a person like that will want body cam, the police in Trinidad. That is something he should be championing. But here the kind of dopest that fella talking about now. But if a criminal running around, if the man get convicted and he's a criminal right? And he served time, and then he get released, and they want to put a bracelet on his ankle. Of course. But what kind of, and that man is the head of SWAT. But they never
And
afraid to quickly,
superintendent.
But he's a real superintendent in truth. No, Dana, you and Gary, maybe I was there. I was listening to that.
It's about time we get the police commission on this program. So try and see what you can do to get him to come up on.
No, let me get superintendent. I want the superintendent. I want you first. So I can ask him. Dana and Gary, tell me I spoke something today now. Tell me now, please.
I wouldn't know, I wasn't with you.
Like you took a gift for the vaccine or what? You took one of those gifts for the vaccine, the one that was sharing out in Maryland?
Sinopharm. He took a Sinopharm.
No, you didn't see what they shared.
Sinopharm.
No. They shared out a free gift in Maryland to take the vaccine as an incentive.
So hear what Kino said. Stop applying your US eyes to a society that is trapped in the 19th. You go culture in the 19th century. Oh no! At least get them the 20th century, man.
Nah, they will be down in the 5th century now with them, man.
No, but Gary, no, seriously. I watched that and I watched it about 10 times. I say, wait, that superintendent is the head of SWAT, and that is his analogy. Now, all your help me.
What I have observed from way over here for thousands of miles is that there are certain elements in the police ranks who have been undermining the commissioner of police and his instructions. All right. So I mean, the police commissioner is trying to shape the TTPS in a certain form and fashion, and to eliminate the the glitches there. And they have people who are stuck in their own ways, and they want to show him they go do what they want. You understand? So this is what we deal with. I mean, we can see that from miles away. We don't have to be down there to see that. That is being very visible. That these people are undermining the police commissioner.
But Gary and Diana, Kino 𝗪𝗪𝗏𝗧𝗏 says, yes, they're arguing who built hospital in the 1800s. Can you imagine? You pay them and the UNC battling. Who built the Port of Spain General Hospital? Who built the Cuba Hospital? Who built the San Fernando General Hospital?
Who built the hospital? Who built the hospital? They say come in 5 years.
Them arguing about that. Boy, a hospital was built moons ago in Trinidad and Tobago with COVID-19 spreading like wildfire. We arguing who built a hospital 20 million years ago. We are, it's some dinosaurs we have in Trinidad. Dinosaurs running around Trinidad all about the place. Dino, what is that one again? I was always getting incorrect.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, Tyrannosaurus Rex running around in Trinidad. Because we talking about hospital. Who built hospital here? And we have a man who in charge of sort. But they need to sort that fellow out. He's talking about body cams. Look how much things body cams do in this country. And that fella talking about criminals who running around should have ankle bracelets. What kind of dirtishness is this, boy? How could that fella do anything innovative for sort? How could he? What type of mindset? Boy, look, I will send the book mindset for that fella, yes? For him to read it.
Why would Tobago?
Why would Tobago want to be continually led or in union with this level of thinking? I agree. Right? We have a fella who's the head of SWAT, right? Telling people why don't worry about the police wearing body cams? Or let's to be worried about them criminals wearing bracelets. What? So what the police could do is go up in them little black communities and kill them little black to them. Right? Like they ain't care. Nobody comes. Alright? They will go and kill them same little fellas because they have one bracelet.
because they know where to find them.
They've gone up there. Hey, get them. Get them. Let me go and sort out them two fellas up there in Chumacat, you know. Them two fellas have bracelet on. Let me go and sort them out. And the superintendent will send them up there. Or they go up in Mentor Alley. Go up in Village Council. Go up in Jasperly Crescent. Or go up on the Beatum. We have two fellas there. Jack Lopez and John Smith. Go look for them.
Yep. No camera.
No camera.
But from what we saw the other day when that youth was killed and they just picked him up like a slaughtered animal and threw him in the back of a car. He wasn't placed in no body bag, nothing. You know?
I wasn't no body cam.
That was somebody who took a video and they just picked him up like a dead dog and threw him in the back of a van. You know, I said to myself, what kind of society is this? What kind of society is this? You know, you just throw away somebody like a piece of dead meat. You know,
what you checking in the back room there and see if you see anybody?
Nah, nobody can come here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you know, and when we raise these issues and we are looking to make the country better, imagine this. Police in this country, body cams is important in policing.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
It is significant.
Let me tell you something. What we use here in a crime scene, we go to we even pick up the ATM camera, the business camera, all angles. The police get everything, including the body cam, and compare information. You know, so body cam is key. Number one, but also in a crime scene, they get all the other additional cameras that are wrong. You know, so the camera is very essential for the court evidence.
No
police officer should be objecting to that.
Gary, what are you talking about? What you and Dan talking about? The superintendent said, nah. All they worry about body cam. What am I on there?
Them know what they're doing, boy. Them fellas know what they're doing there, man.
Boy, listen, boy, we are some real jokers in it, you know. And listener, you cannot call those people clowns. Clowns are the most intelligent people in our circus. All you misjudging them. The most intelligent people in circus are clowns.
Oh my God. Oh, jokers. That's the first time I ever heard that.
You understand? Oh. When you take a pack of cards, there are plenty jokers in there.
But notice when you're going to play games, you always toss the jokers.
Yeah.
You never play games with the jokers.
When you toss them out, correct us right there.
Oh, God.
That's a good point there, right? When you get ready to play, get ready jokers on them. They don't get playing in the game.
Oh, my word. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Clowns. All the most them people are calling them clowns.
Oh, oh gosh, Anselm, that's bad. Yeah. That's bad.
Kino says Trinidad worked perfectly fine for who it was created to work for. Ask yourself, who is it working for? And we can start having a serious conversation. We know who it's working for. We know.
You want
most of us
1%.
But Diana, as you say that, Diana, I want to say something to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. I want you to listen carefully. Yeah? Whether you are UNC, whether you are PNM, whether you are COP, ILP, MSJ, Far Abubakar Party, whoever, what's that fella again? That fella to have a party. What's that fella name again, boy?
Whoever.
Yeah, whoever. At the end of the day, no Syrian community cannot elect a government in Trinidad and Tobago. No Chinese community cannot select a government in Trinidad and Tobago.
By themselves.
By themselves, correct. There is only two communities can do that. The Indian community and the Black community. The
That's
African
right.
True. Or you could say what you want, or you could try to spin it whatever you want. That is facts. Facts. The only how Chinese or Syrians or the 1%, whatever number you want to put them, can become involved in politics is to finance both parties.
Yep.
And that's what they do. So, for example, Diana, if you are a financer, right, and you have a sister, Diana, you go finance the UNC, and your sister go finance PNP, right? So
we win anyway.
Anyway, you win anyway.
Who win, we win.
Regardless of who win, you win.
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
So then people go bar talk Diana and say, look at she, yeah, she not paying them and they lose. They ain't getting nothing. And the sister over there with the UNC gain all the thing. It's a family affair.
Yep.
It's a family affair. When are we gonna understand that?
But look who promotes the propaganda to divide, to cause
the country,
division, right? Right? Look who promotes it. Who spends money to promote that propaganda?
𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗵𝗏.
Okay.
Wait, Steve Chuli Lopez. What do you mean by 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗵𝗏? I don't understand that.
Who promotes the propaganda to divide?
Where Gary?
Yeah, so what I'm saying to you is we should be mindful of those who finance the propaganda that cause the division. Because they are dividing to conquer or dividing to benefit for their own gain. And listen, I staying out. I ain't supporting no party. I staying out completely out of the political part, and I letting them down there decide.
Somebody locked on from Virginia.
That's Gayatri. Yes, she's another loyalist. Gary, you have to pick a side, boss.
No. I staying out.
Boss, no. Nah, you cannot sit on the fence.
No, I'm not sitting. None about that sitting. I'm letting them make the decision down there. I'm putting the monkey on them back. If they feel any pinch immediately, it's time they make a greater effort than we. Let them call we. We're not gonna call them. We're not gonna stand up this time. Let them call we and sit and eat.
Gary, we could call them, man. We know. Listen, we Gary, we willing, just like how we willing to work with them. We can make the call, man. It's all right. It's all right.
But I willing to support somebody if somebody will give me back my ID card.
No, Diana.
I don't need nothing.
You could forget about that. You ain't no ID card.
I mean, I can forget about that. Give me back my ID card. Hello? If I have to hire an attorney, I will get back my ID card. They have to give it back. I mean, the trouble I'm making. What trouble is it? Hello? I will take them to court, You don't play with me, What? I have the resources to go to court and get back my ID card,
No, once a year with me, Diana Benskin.
I have the resources to hire an attorney to go back and get back my ID card, Don't play with me, I will mash the corn and go back and get back my ID card. And wait. What?
No.
Hello. The Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago says, having been duly born there, I am entitled to carry an ID card. And it's not because I don't live there. I don't live there. And I'm not going to lie to them. What do you mean they don't want to give it to me? I had one before.
But they could find ways not to give it to you, Diana.
And I go take them to court. What? Well, watch me.
No.
Watch.
You take them to court?
Hello,
Anselm. The judge could be in their favor.
The judge could be in their favor? All right.
Then look your boy done come in already. Then look your boy come in. Read the screen.
Yeah.
Your partner.
Yeah, good. What? By who? You don't deserve an ID card for my dirty mouth. Hello? My mouth dirty? No. Wait. There's an ID card on archives for me. Somebody lazy don't want to go and find it. But let me tell you something. When this pandemic is over, you're going to hear my dirty mouth in one of them ID card office. You think my mouth dirty and you never hear it yet?
Diana, you must say you can have an ID card, man.
Thank you, my dear. There's an ID card on archives. I have the number. All I have to do is go, and they have to go in the archives and find it for me. Okay, I have the old number. What he
You know,
talking about? And I pay taxes on it. I worked in Trinidad and Tobago and paid taxes with that ID card. I don't know what he talking about. My dirty mouth. How my mouth dirty? I never cussed on this live forum here yet. But if I have to go into an ID card office and they mash my corn, they go hear the Bajan Trini in me. Oh yeah. Mm.
Anyway, we got
Diana,
the government. Uh, you know, they have staged this SOE, and they have not simultaneously put things to assist our citizens who are being inconvenienced by this SOE. You know, so I mean, there are still people who are suffering greatly for food and and things like that. And I mean, we have to really raise these issues. You know, I have tried reaching the Minister of Social Development, but she did not respond. My good friend, Miss Cox. So um, so I mean, we have to keep an eye out for what's taking place on the ground with our people. I would like to encourage any who is in Trinidad who is facing any kind of pressure with the situation to connect with us at the station here and let us know what's going on with you.
But Gary, this meager pittance of $1,500 that your friend Mr. Imbert put in place. I mean, when I frequent Trinidad and Tobago, and I have to go into the grocery store, it's just me alone, right? And I buy stuff. When I get to the cashier, and I see how much things cost. I said, but how people is managed with one and two children? Supposing I was I'm single and I have two children and I have rent and I have this to pay. How people is managed? And the
but
food bill is so much alone.
but Diana, let me say this. I like to deal with facts. So here what I did. I went on the Ministry of Finance website and I decided to apply for one of the grants,
Oh shit.
right? Because I wanted to see what you had to go through.
Uh,
And Diana, I ain't gonna lie to you.
mm,
I ain't gonna lie to you. Let me bring it up on my phone.
hold on.
I will tell you how much things. You
Mm,
know, the only thing they ask you is what
mm.
color your underwear is. That's the only thing they ask you,
Mm,
right? And
mhm,
so, here it goes. It starts with this, right?
mm,
Pre-qualifying questions.
mm.
Do you have a national insurance number? I say
Look,
yes. I say yes. Are you a citizen or resident of Trinidad and Tobago? Yes. Do you have a Trinidad and Tobago based identification card? If it was Diana Benskin, she had to say no.
look,
Right?
Papa
I say
smoke
yes.
my pipe.
I say yes, right? So if you answer yes to all them, this is what the answer you get. You do not
Mm.
qualify to apply for COVID relief. Please proceed to the National Insurance Board to apply for the salary relief grant.
Oh,
Right? So here what you have to do now. You have to go back now, and when they ask you the pre-qualifying questions, do you have national insurance number? You have to put no.
mm,
Are you a citizen or resident of Trinidad and Tobago? You have to put yes. Do you
mm,
have a Trinidad and Tobago issued identification card? You have to put yes. When you
mm.
put that now, you get a next screen tells you, thank you. You qualify to fill out the COVID relief form. Please read guidelines carefully before filling form. And they say proceed. So we have a call. Hold on. Hello, caller. You're on WZY 95.9 FM. Caller? Hello, caller. Caller? All right. Lost that one. Right, Diana?
Mm,
Right? So let me go
mhm,
back. I screenshot it because we like to deal with facts in the village, when you're coming.
mhm.
Right? So it says now, boy, I feel like I was giving my students an exam in grade house. No, serious. I feel like it was an exam. Right? So it says, thank you. I said, what? You qualify to fill out the COVID relief form, boy. Please read guidance carefully before filling form. The next thing it tells you, guidelines. social assistance for persons who experience loss of income in respect of COVID-19. Only persons who do not have an NIS number and were employed in the following sectors should apply. Bar industry, restaurants, persons who sell or offer sale food or drinks as a street vendor, retail establishment, right? Gaming industry, entertainment industry, tourism industry, spa industry. To ensure that the application is processed speedily, you must enclose copies of the following documents when submitting your application.
Oh Lord.
Yes. To ensure your application is processed. A copy of your national identification card.
Oh Lord.
Not driver's permit or passport.
Oh Lord.
Must submit letter from employer
with
the official company stamp. Must state last date of employment for which the employee was paid. And listen to this. Not only there, you have to go somewhere else. Hear this one. Click on the icon to download the employer form. Please fill and scan. If I have no internet in my house, how am I fill and scan? Boy, it's one set of madness in the place to get $1,500.
Yep.
What kind of madness is this? They ain't finished yet, Look more. For self-employed persons, application must be supported by one recommendation from a reliable source.
Oh Lord.
See guidelines for the recommender below. Right? But it's
take a drink, take a pill.
Darling, please bring one of them 5 pills. Please.
That is your PNM party.
Yep. I set a drama, but if I get caught down there, I have my resources here. But if I was down there and I had no resources, I had no ID card, I have my birth paper, but how will I get help if I didn't have no resources of it? I couple smoke my pipe.
Yeah, this one. More, it's more, The recommender must be a citizen, permanent resident. And be included in one of the following categories. You know categories there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 categories, boy.
Suffering people to line up 4 o'clock in the morning to get some kind of.
They encourage their own corruption and fraud. It's too much. Encourage corruption and fraud.
You want help at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning to line up.
Gary, if I don't have internet in my house, maybe I have it on my phone. How about follow the application and download a PDF?
Download and scan and feed all that.
Scan and all kind of thing like that.
It's the same thing with the Chinese citizens when they were supposed to fill out the form for the humanitarian grant.
Yep.
Right? You know what issues they had to deal with? They only have their phone. They only had their phone from Trinidad, and they're borrowing Wi-Fi from some family or off the street or somewhere where they stay. Right? So instead of creating the application in a database where it's online and you just fill out everything and it goes straight into the database there, you all this hassle. But it's
Gary,
lining up in the morning, 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning for services.
Gary, this is what a proactive government would have done. You see, after when the first lockdown, all the people who have gotten grants, you would have put them into a database. They don't have to go and apply for nothing again.
People will get from the first time.
No, but Gary, that makes it easier.
Yeah.
All the people who have applied in the past, we already have them in a database.
Yeah, but
you don't have to get them to fill out no application again and go and find a recommender and download this PDF and get a letter and all kind of thing. You making it so difficult for poor people to get $1,500.
So if I have nobody like me, I can't get no money. If I can't get nobody to recommend.
Well, if you have no internet, you ain't getting no money.
I am 5'8", 215 pounds. 5'8", 215 pounds.
Answer.
Yeah.
Electricity. What if they internet for?
So Gayatri said, I listened to the press conference today and I'm feeling very depressed with what the Prime Minister said.
Ah.
Gayatri, Omar said,
somebody's phone ringing. Somebody's phone is ringing.
No, that's my own. I fill out the form. No, we're going to go for a break. So I don't want to take that call. We're going to go for a quick break. Yeah, so what it is, Omar said, I filled out that form, Mr. Gary. I never got any assistance. Right? So, Gary, all I'm saying is this, what you have done is you have to reinvent the wheel now. If you had, and you're boasting how much thousands of people get the grant before, right? Right? You're boasting. Plenty of people didn't get, right? So the people who didn't get now, it makes it easier. You don't have to deal with the people who didn't get and the information is not in the database. You deal with the people who get. So if the people get now, you know you can put your money in the bank for them or you can get them a food card.
That's right.
Simple. All right. You didn't get?
That's
you have to get information from you. That person get? Right? The information is in the database. Right? It's that simple. It's not that difficult. Right? No, you have to go. Listen. For me to follow the application, it will take me a few hours. Right? And I teach in global business.
And you know, they said they have over 40,000 people that have not logged on. They don't have the internet. You know what I mean? Students, 40,000 students. You know? So.
Why? Anyway.
Yeah. Your partner Paul hitting at my weight. So I had to let him know I'm 5'8", 215 pounds. Let him know that. And I'm proud. Okay.
What you say?
Something about let Diana eat all the food or some stupid. Yeah. Let him know I'm a tall, strapped woman. My father is 6'2", and my mother was 5'11". I'm a big, strapped Amazonian woman. Take that. Right,
hello,
Gary?
WZY 95.9 FM. We are going for a quick break. Can you hold on? Hold on. Yeah, folks, it's almost the top of the hour. What we're going to do, we're going to go for a quick break, and then we're going to be back. And, folks, I want you all to stick and stay tonight. I have a bombshell tonight.
All right.
The COVID statistic is a bombshell. All they want to stay right there because all they want to hear is bombshell.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, and let me bring my partner, 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗑 in here because 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗑 telling the government something and they ain't listening at all.
Think it over.
They ain't listening.
Think it over. Think it again. Listen. If all see Rash Shorty, Chalk Dust, any one of them tell them what George say. Think it over. Think it again. I sit down listening to my radio. They say they're going and jam some calypso. They say they have something brand new from Rash Shorty. So I sit down patiently listening to he. But when I hear the man start back talking preacher, and then he start to diss up at Jala, is when I hear he start calling Iowa George name. I hold my head and start to ball, not my name again. 3 years ago he say, Iowa you singing Tata. Last year he come back with the same Tata. It look like Shorty I running out of lyrics, and he want me to teach him a few new tricks. I is the man who sing boom boom 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and every time I sing it the people does whine. In short, he never used to treat young guys so young so crude. I way that teach him how to gamble and eat some food. Think it over. Think it again. Mr. Shorty, think it over. Think. Think it over. Think it again. Listen. follow see Rash Shorty, Chalk Dust. Any one of them tell them what George say. Think it over, think it again. I sit home listening to my radio. They say they're going and jam some calypso. They say they have something brand new from 𝗪𝗏𝗬𝗘. So I sit down patiently listening to he. But when I hear the man start back talking preacher, and then he start to diss up at Jala, is when I hear he start calling Iwa George name. I hold my head and start to ball, not my name again. 3 years ago he say, Iwa, you singing Tata. Last year he come back with the same Tata. It look like Shorty I running out of lyrics, and he want me to teach him a few new tricks. I is the man who sing boom boom 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and every time I sing it the people does whine. The Shorty never used to treat young guys so not so crude. I will that teach him how to gamble and eat some food. Think it over, think it again, Mr. Shorty. Think it over, think it again, Hail Selassie. Think it over, think it again, 'cause everybody knows I could sing Kaiso, the party side of me. That is how I does maintain my family. Think it over, think it again, Mr. Chalk, just think it over, think it again. They're trying to tell people I cannot sing calypso. It's only boom boom and do the Iwa, I know. But I's the man who sing times hard, let us work harder. 2 months later the bank come to take my car. To be a Kaisonian you have to make fast money. Money for vitamins, you have to eat healthy. You have to drive good car, not no jalebi. You can't come in town looking hungry. You have to remember you is a role model, and anywhere you go people will look up to you. That kind of lyric Shorty I them want me to sing, like they want to see me eating from the dustbin. Think it over.
And of course, it's in the village to the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM, boy. We're calling and telling the government of Trinidad and Tobago. It's time to think over this exemption policy. Yeah? Time to think it over. Right? Time to think it over. I mean, we have a caller. Caller, you on WZY 95.9 FM. Hello, caller?
Pleasant good evening to you, Wall Street. Good evening to everyone there, Diana, Gary, and others. Tommy,
Yeah. Go ahead.
are you hearing me clearly?
Yeah, we hearing you clearly.
What I want to discuss with you, I saw you all doing some critique details today evening, right? And I'm saying, and I must commend this government of Trinidad, they will at least they're still conscious about helping the citizenry, like those who work in casino, retail outlets. I mean, the ones who have been there to the forefront, but it's not really essential, etc. Also, essential workers there to just restaurants and services, which they now ban from actually operating. So at the end of the day, when you look at this, how they follow reform and that kind of thing, prior to this new portal from a modern unit, it was much more better when you look through everything. You can see it a bit user friendly. However, the government would stand on accountability and transparency. And in all fairness, we did not just do it like how the Canadian government do it, because we are a stable country and we continue to be criticized by the public doing. So if it's still, they will still continue to be criticized. You understand? So that is why they put all these new mechanisms in place, so they would get that passion, but they will stand in, but they would get passion at what they got in the last time. All of this, yes, we do need all of this, because we live in a world of technology right now, where you still have access to your employers, and if you don't have access to your employers, they have access to the supervisor to get to the employer, because you can't tell me you're working in an organization, sorry, and you cannot be able to get in contact with somebody in a charity. But if you have to jump up Monday and Tuesday, come handbag or do some corruption, they're able to find that person or personnel. So each and every is what in our mouth, we want to scrutiny each and every one will know what to do. We will take up what is done for our own stability, our own nutritional benefit, our own livelihood. And again, the government don't have to do this. They decided to because they understand strain the citizen is on right now. And I agree with this government. They're exactly what you're supposed to do and map it to what you're supposed to do. This is right now, but this government. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So folks, listen here. I want people to go do something. I want you all to go look at the positive numbers in Trinidad and Tobago. As a matter of fact, let me bring up the numbers for today, the COVID-19 numbers for today. And I didn't put it up on the screen because actually I went running today. I didn't even tell all of that. Yeah? I went running today, and I run the fastest time in the world for my age group today. My first race for the year, fastest time in the world. Nobody else has run faster. Let me get it here. I want to look at the COVID dashboard. Here it is. So today, folks, they have 509 positive cases. And I wonder if I have an old dashboard up here. Let me see if I have an old dashboard up here. Because I decided to get rid of these things. I have so much of things inside of here. Nah, I don't have an old dashboard up here. Right? And we go bring in pressures just now. I don't have an old dashboard in here. Yeah. Okay, so today positive cases, today the 22nd, right, is 509, right? The total positive cases today is 19,444. So, being that I worked on Wall Street for 23 years, we did a lot of examinations, right? And you can always tilt numbers to make it look good or to make it look bad. And I want people to do this themselves. Don't just take my word for it. So I went starting on the 15th of May, right? The total positive cases was 15,899, right? The next day, the total positive cases was 16,255, right? It was a difference about 356 cases. So what they put out on the COVID dashboard 356 positive cases. But folks, it was not actually 356 positive cases, It was only 164 positive cases for the day. Do you know why? You know why the cases are so large and making people fearful that Trinidad, and we here fell for it because we went to New Jersey and we say one day Trinidad had more positive cases than New Jersey, and one day we even took the bait. Well, I took the bait. I take full responsibility for that. I took the bait. However, it was inaccurate, or not inaccurate. It was misleading. So what it is that it is not 500 cases. The highest amount of cases they have had so far in one day is 307. And I want people to go look at it. Look, I did the 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. However, when I put out a number like 708 positive cases, we are believing it's positive cases in one day. It is not. It is positive cases for about 4 days. 4 days. When you go to the COVID dashboard, you will see an asterisk next to the positive cases, and everybody, including us, well, including me here, was saying, whoa, look how much positive cases Trinidad have in one day. That is misleading. It is very misleading. One day, when they had 601 cases, was only 82 positive cases on that day. That was the 18th. Right?
Okay.
That day they said they had 601, but that was 601 for a 4 or 5 day period. And I had to thank a friend of mine for bringing this to my attention. I'm not going to call his name. So I want Ole to go look at it. Bring up the COVID dashboard. Look at the asterisk. As a matter of fact, let me look up the one for today. Right? The asterisk for today says, let me read it out for you. Yeah? We are just here to educate the masses. That's all. This is what it says. Of the total number of persons tested, 74,335 were done at the private facilities. Now hear what it says. The asterisk says, the number of cases reported reflects the samples taken during the period the 16th of May to the 21st of May. So today, we have 509 positive cases. If you look at the COVID dashboard, that's what they're telling you. But the number is not 509 for today. It is for 4 days. So if you take an average, if you take 509 and you take an average for 4 days, today it's only 102 positive cases. Right? Well, no. About 125 positive cases. So 509 to 125 is a big difference. If anybody sees 509, you know what they say? My God, Trinidad things are bad with COVID-19. Is that the message the Ministry of Health wants to send out to the people? Is that the message?
That is why they probably use that to call the state of emergency.
Well, Diana, it could go far and wide, you know. It could go, but I don't want people to just take my word for it, right? As I tell you, right? As I tell people, don't just take my word for it. Get the COVID dashboard, and I want you all to do the 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21, right? And you will see it. On the 21st, it says 708 positive cases. 708. What, Diana and Gary, what will you guys say? My God! What? Things are bad in Trinidad?
In a population of 1.3 million.
Good evening, friends. Good evening.
Yes.
Good evening, good evening.
That's the results that is required. They want to scare the public into compliance with whatever is put in place. The SOE, the compliance with the social distancing and the mask, and even hurry up and get the vaccines when they become available. You have to realize that fear, like Anselm always says, fear mongering is the order of the day. So in order to keep up the narrative, we have to keep them all the time thinking that it's the end of the world.
But
And I'm wondering,
the only bad thing is that they keep them thinking that we are the boogeymen over here.
and I'm wondering if remember I asked if this state of emergency is being used as a sword or a shield.
correct. But Diana, this is my thing, boy. This is my thing. You see, you have to know your people, right? Once you put out them type of numbers, I fell for it, you know. I fell for it because I made a comparison with those numbers to the numbers in New Jersey. That was one day in New Jersey. These numbers here, with respect to positive cases, are not for one day. This is facts. It's for 4 days. 4. So every time they put out that number, right, and the media running with it, the media saying, oh my God, today, listen, they will tell you today, we had 500 and something positive cases today. No, you didn't have 500 and something positive cases. There is something nefarious going on when you want to put out those numbers that are misleading. And I want people to prove me wrong. Prove that I am incorrect.
But it's rather unfortunate that even though you are speaking truth and truth to power, that you're gonna wind up getting the bad name. It's so sad.
For me, I really do. That doesn't. For me, that doesn't. It really doesn't affect me. You know what I mean? You know, because when I wake up in the morning and I go by ShopRite, you know, or I go by Sarah's Roti Shop to buy a roti, I don't use P&M dollars to buy a roti. When I go by Home Depot, I don't use P&M dollars to buy things to fix my house. Right? If I put an addition on my house, right? When the contractor comes, I don't pay him with P&M dollars. Okay? And that's true to power. You know, but I listen, and it's funny, I was correcting some papers, and I said, but let me look at this thing now, boy. And here it starts, on the 15th, there were 520 positive cases. Right? On the 16th, 356. On the 17th, 294. On the 18th, 601. On the 19th, 519. On the 20th, 558. And on the 21st, 708. Right? But when you take the difference, right, between the positive cases for the 4-day period and the positive cases for the next 4-day period, you are coming up with a much lower number for 1 day. 1 day. So why it is that you have to use a 4-day period rather than to actually use a 1-day period, and you say these are positive cases? I don't know. Maybe Diana, you and Tommy can help me. I could be aware of this.
Well, they're doing something, like you said, something nefarious. I don't know.
I mean, it ain't right. Something just not right. So if you put out those numbers, right, you can now have the whole country fearless.
Yeah.
That today, for example, today we have 509 positive cases. And here it is. This is inaccurate. I will make them change this. All you first said. New positive cases reported in the last 24 hours. That is wrong. That is not true.
Well,
I will make them change that. I'm going to see. All you hear in the first year on WZY 95.9 FM.
Speak the truth, brother. Speak the truth.
Listen to this. Tommy, think about this, right? Listen to this, right? It says positive cases reported in the last 24 hours, right? There's an asterisk. You know what the asterisk is? The number of cases reported reflects the sample taken during the period of May 16th to May 21st, 2021, and not the last 24 hours. Oh, you hear that? So listen.
Yep.
On top,
Claro.
you have reported in the last 24 hours, 509 positive cases. What does reported in the last 24 hours mean?
Well, information that was given.
Means that's for 1 day. It means that is for 1 day. That's what that means to me. Am I clear?
No, no, it's not for 1 day. You have to go to the asterisk now.
Absolutely. I get you. I get you.
You have to go to the asterisk now. The asterisk says the number of cases reported reflects the samples taken during the period May 16th to the 21st, 2021, and not the last 24 hours.
Anselm, you will get a big headache if you take this serious.
And Anselm is setting himself up to be called 𝗪𝗏𝗏 again. That's all I know.
Well, I mean, I ain't bad yet, so. But since the last time I changed my underwear.
You know what your attitude 𝗪𝗏𝗏, okay?
No, but Diana, this is serious thing, you know. This is serious thing, because the media is telling people for today we have 508 positive cases.
Oh well.
And listen, when the fella bring that to my attention, I say, well, wait now, boy. Let me go check this thing, because I tell you, I don't just take people word for it.
Get a feedback.
I went and checked. I told me. I went and checked for myself, and I want everybody to go and check for themselves. Don't take my word for it. Take up 5 COVID dashboard and do the maths. Just do the maths. You're gonna see the difference. So this fear mongering, On one day, we had 89 positive cases, 82, 62, 164, 150. That is a big difference from 500 to 150.
Oh.
So Diana, tell me actually, if somebody tell you we had 82 positive cases, it's still too much, eh?
Mm-hmm.
You will say, well, nah, 82 ain't bad.
Hmm.
If somebody come and tell you have 558, you will say, oh God, but
Oh gosh, yeah, for
God.
for 1.3 million people, yeah.
Yeah, you will say, nah, boy, something
boy.
wrong. Something
Yeah,
wrong.
because you don't want 500 cases per day. That is worrisome. Yeah.
So
That's
Erica
worrisome.
asks, so what are they gaining by taking up the numbers? I really like to know. Well, Erica, is very simple. It's very simple. The more the numbers go up, the more things I can put in place to restrict people in Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
The more the numbers go up, the more I can do whatever I want to do and fearful of people. And not only that, the more the numbers go up, the more you can tell people we can't bring home exile and stranded citizens because we have a big COVID problem now in the country. We could lock them out even longer. So it appears to me, and I'm saying it appears that there's something nefarious behind these numbers. And I would like to be part of the Minister of Health press conference, Diana, you two, or Gary, whoever, to ask these questions.
But they're not letting us in. They're not letting us in.
My God.
I'll let Diana deal with them.
They're not letting me in.
In one day in Trinidad and Tobago, there was only 62 positive cases, not 356. In another day was 82, not 601. And even me too, I jump on the bandwagon and I say, whoa boy, or they take some farm, or they take any farm come in Trinidad and Tobago. If they have a farm from Grenada come and they make a vaccine, or they take that too.
Anselm, what we've been saying all along is that the least testing gives the least results. Once you do more testing, you get more results. But why skew the numbers?
Correct.
And play with the numbers because they know that they're going to put fear in the heart of the citizenry.
Correct.
And that's what they want to do. Have everybody scared shitless.
I don't get that. You know, I when I see that, I say, boy, I say, why is that, boy? Why is that? Only know the SOE is still August, right? You already know that, right?
Is it till August or July?
No, till August.
I thought they're going to go into Parliament and debate whether they're going to carry it till August.
No, well, there was a big headline in the Express, SOE till August. You know? Yeah. For me, boy. Cindy, do you agree with you, boy? Anything you say, Cindy gonna agree with you.
Cindy knows I'm speaking truth to power. We just being logical. And that's how it's been forever. Even since Carnival 2020. If they had been testing in the way that we were testing here, the numbers would have been different. But say what?
But it's good, Tommy, that people.
Yeah, the Diego Martin Health Center, where there's a little line this morning for everyone who showed up with appointments, of course, for their vaccines. The door is just open and the nurse is giving them directives. Mask over your nose, line up and distance themselves. This is the line that's formed this morning. You're just asking members of the public to just distance yourself from a double line here this morning at the Big Martin Health Center on Wendy Fitzwilliam Boulevard.
Take a listen then.
Pinto to 𝗪𝗲 taxi driver O'Brien Douglas has this message for the Prime Minister.
This here right now, we should open back up the country and let people get to eat and drink as ever.
Why do you say that? So many people are dying.
Yeah, plenty of people dying, but we can't do nothing about that. If it's dead, they go dead.
Correct. So what about if your relatives or your loved ones get COVID?
They get because we
die.
If they get, we supposed to have the country open up so that we could live. Right now, people suffering.
We caught up with Mr. Douglas at the taxi stand in 𝗪𝗲 as cars lined the streets waiting for passengers to trickle in.
Well, the Prime Minister's always say we're trying to balance lives and livelihoods,
Yeah, but he could try to balance life, but life ain't gonna try to balance himself. More or less life, he should open up. He shouldn't carry the country for 3 months.
Are you fearful of getting?
No, I'm not fearful. I'm not getting it. My system's strong. I drink my thing for that.
Not very willing to share his secrets, but a bit more tempered in his perspective, his colleague is asking to be able to carry one more passenger.
It is unfair for us to really carry 2 passengers. If we have to do that, probably might raise the fare. Because we all know that it has COVID in this country and it's killing people. But at the end of the day, our risk is to transport people, and we're providing our service as well. With the service now, when you operate with 2 passengers, sometimes you spend a whole day about $100 idling to go in for $10. It ain't making sense. So we're asking the government if they could consider, as a car normally we're supposed to carry 4 passengers. Right? We just carry 2 passengers. Now we still have extra space. Now 1 passenger could come in the car and bring COVID. So the same, just as the 3 passengers could do the same.
But it'd be a higher risk.
No, it wouldn't be a higher risk. It's the same risk.
He says the cost of living is too high, and while they don't mind staying home, they have bills to pay.
These days you could barely make a little $100. Because look, the amount of time we take it to line up here. And I figure to myself, for the maxis and them that travel with this volume of people, I think them could cut the thing. And the 7-seaters, instead of 7, it could be 4.
But not for your vehicle.
My vehicle? No, I will take 3. 3 good enough for me.
Open back up the country. You have to open back up the country. We can't keep the country like this. Keep people suffering. Who can check the check? People home, people suffering. Can't have it like that.
𝗪𝗲 to Grandi driver Curtis Maloney says they sanitize between trips, wear their masks religiously, drive with the windows down, and sanitize each passenger's hands before they enter their taxis.
It's affecting us very drastically because we as the drivers understand the state of emergency. However, the route that I work on, which is Sandy Grandi to 𝗪𝗲, there are nurses that leave before time that actually prepare breakfast for sick patients at Sandy Grandi. However, we cannot pick them up due to the time frame that they give us to come out. I feel pressured at the same time understanding what Mr. Gary Griffith and everyone has to say. I know they're trying to condemn on the things going on in Trinidad right now, which is good, but at the same time, there are people who need to be transported.
Expressing understandment for government's move to keep the figure down, Mr. Maloney.
I don't know what to say now. I really don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know.
Say nothing. Say nothing. Say nothing about that.
Yeah. I don't agree. I don't agree with that driver, the first driver.
Well, you have to realize that once you plant certain narratives, you shape the thoughts, you shape the opinions of the populace, So hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, it's kind of to me. when I look at what's going on in Trinidad and Tobago, boy, is it's just too much fear mongering with certain policies, man. You at one point in time it was to make the people in Trinidad and Tobago fear exile stranded citizens.
Yep.
Right? It was fear mongering.
No, but
telling
before
them,
it
boy,
was
they
to
go bring
fear.
back home COVID.
Yeah. It's to fear us living out here. Keep us out here, like me, you, Gary, Tommy. Don't let us come back in. And then the exile and stranded citizens. Yeah, all stay out there. We go kill all here. Don't let them come in.
You know, but what's amazing is the whole world is facing the same problem, and they're managing it very much different to how these so-called super managers are managing it. You really telling me that the situation is different for Guyana or Barbados or any of the other countries? I don't think so.
Nope. You can't keep it. You see, people are crying out. They're crying out to us. They're calling the program and crying out to us.
I know, but you know, if the other countries have something different to us, which is they don't have they don't have an open and porous border where they have people streaming in from Venezuela or any other country that has an issue. You know, it's really sad. We are not the problem. We have never been the problem, and we'll never be the problem. And the whole world is in this thing together, and they're managing it sensibly. These are mismanagement or mismanagers that are handling the situation, and they don't want to hear from anybody. They don't want to hear. They know it all. They don't want to get any information from anybody else or listen to anyone else's opinion because they know. They know.
Another part of fear that I saw an article where in the Express, and let me see if I could see it, where when the vaccines were being delivered, somebody was a video. It was in the Express, I believe. Some from China, somebody took video of the vaccines being delivered and said one was Sinopharm and one was Sinovac, and tried to insinuate that they were from different sources. So I said, you see, there they're gone now, and they, casting doubt on an already doubtful vaccine, that the world doesn't apparently, who did not approve, right? Am I right or wrong, Anselm?
No. Sinovac is not one of the vaccines that have been approved by the WHO.
So here it is, and they say they're showing you the carton that the vaccine was being delivered on. So one says Sinopharm and one says Sinovac, and so you're creating all this doubt and fear already in an already fearful population, So that is why I thought it necessary to bring on Dr. Faith, to try to put some sort of calm in people's heads to let them make a decision as to how they're going to go forward. So the fear, they're governing from fear, and then you lock people down. They're fearful, they're hungry, they're angry, they're not employed, there's no money. Guess what's going to happen? What can happen, Anselm? All those are ingredients for, and I don't want to say it.
So let's welcome Joe Scipio. Joe, where are you from? And here is what Joe says, right? So Joe, explain this to us. You said the figures are rolling averages. As is customary, Google rolling average for clarity. So Joe, let me understand it, right? If you say 708 positive cases within the last 24 hours, you will think that if that says that, you mean they went to a lab or they went to a facility and 708 people tested positive. But that's not what it is. It then tells you, an asterisk tells you, right? These are people that were tested from the 14th to the 18th, for example, not the last 24 hours. But I have to go to the bottom of the page to read that. How many people are going to read that? How many people?
Just looking at the headline alone will scare you to the point where you'll freak out. You can't even compose yourself to read it.
But not only that, Tommy, the media is reporting 708 positive cases for the day. That's what
I
the
know, but
media
I'm
is
telling you,
reporting.
I know, but that's all fear mongering to its highest degree. That's what's going on.
But Tommy, the media just taking the numbers of the COVID dashboard.
Yep.
That's all they're doing.
But they're misrepresenting.
They're not doing an audit or an analysis of the COVID dashboard, you know. They're like, okay, COVID dashboard. Oh God! Boy,
Just what you say is exactly what. Just what you say is exactly what's happening. If everyone will do the oh God as they see that. They wouldn't look any further. They, as far as they're concerned, that's enough to freak them out.
Yes, because listen.
And that's.
But Diana, Tommy, and Gary, we get caught here, right? I went to New Jersey. Tommy, you pull up the numbers for the population, 8 million. And I said, boy, look.
8.9 million people.
Gary, yeah.
Gary, 8.9 million people. And we are 1.3. And we have more positive cases than New Jersey in one day. So all you have to do is to put an asterisk, put next to the 708, 108 positive cases for today's date. That's all you have to do.
And that puts your situation in the worst light, so that you are worse off than everybody else. So guess what? Anything I say to do, you do. If I say jump over the moon, you jump over the moon. If I say whatever I say, SOE, whatever. Yeah, we know that there are a lot of errant citizens in Trinidad and Tobago. We know that people like to play the fool a lot, or jackass the scene, as they say. But at the same time, don't push the thing further than it's supposed to go.
But Tommy, the Prime Minister jackass the scene from the beginning.
Oh dear.
From the beginning. The beginning
Oh
of
dear.
the whole pandemic thing. He jackass the whole scene.
Here's that favorite word. Here's that favorite word.
You know?
Here's that favorite word.
Arrogant people who's not open to suggestion. It's their way or the highway. You know, where is the team that is in charge of this pandemic? What is it? A 2-man team, a 3-man team? Since is Xiao still part of the team? The emergency management team?
Oh dear. Yeah, I don't hear from Stewie at all. What happened to him?
The energy minister or the minister in the prime minister office is still part of the emergency team. This cannot be a 3 or 4-man decision-making team. It cannot.
Yeah, what happened? What happened to
more inclusive decision-making team? That's why we're ending up with chaos. I mean, after a year and how much many months they haven't put services online that the people could access funding. Social services, you can't access nothing because it's shut down with the lockdown. Why are some people going through hell?
Here we want to welcome Denzel James. Denzel said, you guys are as dumb as followers. 708 reported in the last 24 hours. The cases were tested over a period, dumb people.
Oh, Lord.
Denzel, you know what? Denzel, you and Paul, or they could go in the same latrine. Both of them. You and Paul. Or they go in the same latrine. Both of them go in the same latrine.
Slim, start up, boy. Start up.
Or they go in the same latrine. That is it.
Oh my God. And you know, they forget that you have the radio station. If only 3 people is watching. I wonder how many people are listening.
Diana, don't go there with them. Leave them. Don't go there with them. That's why I tell them go in the latrine. They deserve to be in the latrine. Leave them. Don't go there with them. Leave them. They could talk what they want. Let Paul and Denzel put how much people they have assist in Trinidad and Tobago since this pandemic started.
That's right. That's
Let's
right.
Paul and Denzel put that. All they only talking. Who did all your help in this pandemic? All they put it, and we will put all you help in America. All they put all they own. All they only talking, that's why all they are going to the latrine. All they deserve to be in the latrine.
In America, we help people across the globe, not just America.
Gary, I want them to put who they help.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. That's right. Call it out. Call them out.
But Denzel, put it in here. It's okay. We are asking questions. Put it in here, Denzel. Put it in here.
And why is he attacking Tommy? Why is he
happy? We will be happy that you are assisting people like we are doing.
Tommy, you okay?
These idiots are helping people like you too. You have to be an idiot too, because the same people we helping, both of we are idiots. You are idiots and we are idiots. Because you are helping people and we are helping people. So what are we in the same boat? No, we're both same latrine. Right? We're in a latrine next to each other.
They just come out to spew negativity. We're trying to enlighten people.
Denzel, let me give you the solution. No, Denzel is a Denzel come lately.
It's the party group army.
No, that's okay. Denzel is a Denzel come lately. He just come in.
Yeah, Denzel, he ain't no Denzel Washington. I could tell that.
No, he's a Denzel come lately. Denzel,
he's a
let me give you some of the solution that we have provided. Let me give you some of the solutions. Right? Erica, you gotta tell them, Erica. Erica, don't tell them. Don't tell Denzel and them. Denzel, we have suggested to the People's National Movement, the government that I support, that what you have to do is to get rid of the exemption policy, put a negative PCR test in place for when somebody returns home, in addition, right, to a rapid test. I take rapid tests. I used to take rapid tests every week because I'm coach of a team, and before we go to a meet, everybody had to take a rapid test. All our rapid tests in Trinidad? Big solution. Let me give you another solution, Denzel. We also tell the government, put incentives in place for people to take the Sinopharm vaccine. Just like we have here in the United States of America. People getting all kind of incentive. People even getting burgers and fries. Look, if all they pop a box of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Fries is good. They get a joint.
Yeah. But listen, Gary, a box of Kentucky Fried Chicken once a week. All they got long lines from the Savannah, from the Queen's Park Savannah to Skinner Park. People go line up. What? A box of Kentucky Fried Chicken once a week?
A bucket of doubles.
A bucket of doubles. Whatever line, we come with them solution because we here in America, the solution we don't be doing. Right? Solutions. You talking about solution. What is your solution, Denzel? Well, Paula no solution. Paula no solution. We tired of the solution. Whatever the government give all you, that is all the solution.
Oh Lord, here what they come with. Don't have ID card and what? Oh please. So move right along.
No, but you have to take them on when they start to take this noticiousness. You have to tell them because there's only come and run them out because only 5% of the brain working. The rest have Novocaine in it, and Novocaine don't use it no more. Right? Yeah. All the talk now.
You okay?
My wife bring the 5 pills to me already. I take them already. Yeah. Paul, you could cost so much you one day. You're still in the life though. Paul, you're talking so much, Paul. You're still in the life. So Gona, who sing that song? Gona. Somebody ever song sing Gona. Who is that? Somebody sing a song Gona. Ultimate take my man pills. No, Paul, have a wife.
Oh my God.
Have a wife. Yeah, so let me go. Let me guess. Hey, wait, let me bring this one here. Let me bring let me get a little comedy in here now. Let me bring my partner. Hold on. Bring my partner in here. Who's my partner, boy? Hold on. Here we go. Now news, boy.
Weekly news with Kenneth Superstar. Hello everybody, welcome to Na News, the most accurate news online. This is 𝗪𝗓𝗃𝗧𝗧 reporting. Tensions are rising as coronavirus grips the world. Many Trinbagonians have come up with their own remedies, including a homemade solution. For instance, one family in Rio Claro fumigated their home with a homemade concoction of red lavender, gugul, chunkamunka bush, anti-peculium powder, dog pimple oil, and cascadu beard. The family said the solution is also good for tension, sensation, relaxation, and constipation. In foreign news today, Pakistan capital city Islamabad has extended the ongoing lockdown for another 8 days as the number of COVID-19 cases continue to rise. We now cross over to our correspondent in Pakistan.
Hello, testing. Hello. Yes, hello. This is Alia reporting to you straight from Islamabad. The COVID situation has worsened. Hospitals have no oxygen tanks and patients are all over the floor. I think it's safe to say Islamabad is now 𝗪𝗏𝗧𝗏 in 0.2 seconds or less. Signing out.
That was our correspondent in Pakistan, from Islamabad to 𝗪𝗏𝗧𝗏. She never come Trinidad. Moving on to travel news. A Trinidadian man was arrested in Rome today. He was on a tour bus with a very sexy tour operator while touring Rome. The female tour operator asked everyone on the bus if they wanted to see the Pantheon. The Trinidadian man was arrested and charged after he told her he wanted to see the panty off. A store clerk is planning to sue a blind man after he went to the store and asked for a pair of bra for his wife. She asked him what size. He said he did not know. She told him to place his hands on her chest and he will get an idea of the size. He then quickly told her she wanted a panty too. A Spanish woman claimed she was tied up by a Trinidadian man to her bed and told that he is going to show her what Trinidadian men does best. He then left with her fridge, TV, and microwave. And now we cross over to Salim for our sports news.
Thank you, Kenneth. In sports news today, we go straight to cricket. Sunil Narine wore no underwear today in the match against Mumbai Indians, and he was able to get his balls to swing both ways. Staying with cricket, history was created today by Kieron Pollard when he hit a 6 and scored 9 runs. When he hit the 6, the ball hit a tree. In horse racing today, at Santa Rosa Park, a horse named Napoleon was running naked when his jockey fell off. My name is Master Salim, thanking you for viewing NAS Sports Today. And Kenneth, back to you.
This is 𝗪𝗓𝗃𝗧𝗏 from NA News. From all of us, do have a wonderful weekend.
Oh God! You gotta bring a little comedy thing. You know what I mean? A little comedy thing. Yeah, a little comedy thing. So Gary. All right, Gary partner met with some Venezuelans. Let's listen to that.
Now come to this minute.
So there you have it, boy. Our boy, and let me give you guys this last one here. Today, the Prime Minister was telling to keep politics.
And of course, you would have heard about the whole question in the early days about the government hiding information from the public. It didn't matter that it wasn't true. But it was being said then that people were dying in the hospitals. Even before we had our first reported death in Trinidad and Tobago from COVID, some of my colleagues were saying that people were dying in the hospital and we were hiding it, and that was an aspersion on the professionalism and the character of the professional staff that I just told you have been our savior. But that was par for the course. When the first person actually died from COVID, we learned that from the opposition leader, not from the hospital or the family. In fact, the family heard it from a political mouth, and that was improper. And we condemned it, and we continue to condemn the insertion of some people. If you're not going to help us fight this fight, then stand aside for God's sake. Do not get involved so as to make our life more threatened and the lives of the people who are handling it. And I say this today because recently I heard the opposition leader on a political platform saying that the policy of the government is to determine that older people with comorbidity should not be taken care of in the hospital. They should be put aside to die without care because we are now focusing on younger people. Ladies and gentlemen, I find that very painful. I find that very painful to take because it is not true. This government has no such policy. This government has indicated no such policy to our professional staff because the government, as you understand it to be, stops by the hospital door. What goes on inside the hospital with respect to your life and even your death, we leave that to those who have taken the Hippocratic oath.
So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah.
It seems like any form of unity between the both parties, the opposition and the government, is not going to happen, and it's
Nope.
further escalation. You know, there's a further divide taking place. You know, there is no unity, no coming together at all in no form or fashion. So, you know, I don't see no hope there with this. It's politics from day one. You know, it's politics from day one with this. When this whole COVID pandemic thing, this whole thing was pinned in the wrong direction, you know, and we can't seem to come to some understanding that to put the politics aside and work for a country. And people are saying, I want no part of either political party. I would not indulge myself any further. I am in the interest of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, and I will speak out in what I see fit. And I will say where I agree and where I disagree, and I would not be nobody's party's puppet or stooge. You know, I would get in anybody's face for my people and nothing else. You know, I am not tying myself to any political party at all. There's so much politics in this nonsense.
Well, Gary, I have to say that for me, the facts speak for itself, right? The facts speak for itself, and the information I gave tonight, anybody can go to the COVID dashboard and look at it and see whether what I'm saying is factual or if it's not factual, right? That's it. So Joe Scipio says, example, 4-day rolling average. Day 1, 375, day 2, 175. Day 4, 336. Next average, day 1 will be dropped and day 5 added some procedure. But Joe, it's very simple though, Joe. If you putting a number out in the public and the media is running with that number and saying that is the positive numbers for one day, that is incorrect. They don't say this is rolling average. They tell you these are the... All right, so Joe, I want you to listen to any one of the media reports tonight and let us know what is the numbers they say for positive cases in Trinidad and Tobago.
You got
what is the number they will say, right? So today we had 500 and what? 558. Let me know what. Yes, today we had 509. new positive cases. Newer, reported in the last 24 hours. Those are new positive cases reported in the last 24 hours. However, you have to go to the bottom to let you know that. No, it's not 509, you know. That is for a 4-day period. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah, but beside the case, what I'm looking at here, the opposition was elected by the people officially, just the government. The Prime Minister, as the head of the government, should have brought the opposition together in a discussion with all the necessary stakeholders and said, listen, we need to put a plan of action. Even a few months down the line, listen, this thing is heading in that direction. You know, we need to come together. There's too much of arrogance and blame and not pulling the team. He's supposed to grab the bull by the horn. That is what he's supposed to do and lead. And this kind of leadership is not helping us. You know, it's more poison spitting on the platform. It's like you're dealing with a Trinidad Trump or a Caribbean Trump, you know, sort of thing, you know, but he's worse than Trump. You know, the thing about it is he don't seem to have the concept that he needs to pull the country and pull all the resources together under his wing.
So, Gary, hold that thought right there. We're going to go for a quick break on the top of the hour. And when we come back, you all want to see this video. You all definitely want to see this video. We're going to stick and say it's in the village with the dark triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. We'll be right back.
You are listening to WZYEL 95.9 FM, Maplewood, New Jersey, broadcasting from Essex Town. You're listening to WZYE 95.9 FM.
47 Music.
This is oh Lord, Trinidad and Tobago. This is DJ Bravo. I'm hurting you know. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up in parliament economy. But let the moderator say another body in a drain. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain? This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. Now with the love, with the vibes, with the hope. Now tell me something, how we really want we cope. When the children breathing in too much gun smoke. And the Coast Guard can never see a boat. You're someone like some goats when they come looking for votes. With the empty promises, reading like a horoscope. Justice for sale in a fat envelope. Politically, all the answers is a joke. This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. All I see in front of me, nightmares turn into reality. Like somebody build a monster factory. Parliament up in the parliament economy. But look the moderator saying another body in a drain. Somebody girl child missing, another rape again. And next road stain with somebody sunburn. Who take the S out of Port of Spain? This is a sad place. My country turned into a sad place. When I look around, it's only sad face. Our country turned into a sad place. It doesn't matter the religion, the color, the creed, or the race. It's our responsibility to take care of our place. Champion.
State of Emergency by Diana Benskin. Trinidad and Tobago. Why all you harden for so? All you ain't see how the rest of the world suffer from this COVID-19, but still all you decide to jackass the damn scene? The authorities doing their best to save all you from this virus, but some all you still partying, hiking, disobeying the measures put in place to safeguard the rest of us. Long lines in the street waiting for doubles. No social distancing. From one ear, mask hanging. Father God, look at trouble. Come on now, all you don't know how to cook? You never hear about YouTube? Better yet, open a recipe book. This corona ain't care who rich or poor. It's showing up at any one of we front door. All you complaining why the bars and them closing. Let me give you a hint. Perhaps all you should not be drinking. All you can't find nothing constructive to do in your yard, like cutting down the bush, a little painting, reconnecting with your family. It's so sad. Like a bunch of mad people all over the place. To get fried chicken now is a Olympic race. So, state of emergency enacted, and your movements now considerably restricted. The way all they behaving look like there will be no Carnival 2022, and it's all because of you, and you. So, the state of emergency has been extended before more of your lives has been needlessly ended. Well, let's stop jackassing the thing. Listen to the authorities and do the following. Wash your hands regularly. Find a chair in your house, sit down in it, stay home with your family. Sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. And with cooking utensils, you should become familiarized. If you don't want to be a corona victim, listen to Dr. Rowley and stop jackassing the damn thing. Diana Benskin, State of Emergency. Thank you.
Diana, wave me Diana Benskin, but what?
Oh God, oi.
Oh God, oh.
You put me on the spot, boy.
Wave me, boy. Wave me. I did in the background sitting down, they just wait. You don't know wave me.
Oh God.
Wave me. But wait now. How you end up that thing with Dr. Keith Rowley name in it too? What is that one?
Stop jackassing the damn thing.
Paul go get vexed today, you know. Paul don't like when you're calling Dr. Rowley name so.
But answer me, now you go get vexed now. Watch. Watch me now. What is it? What is it? What I said? What I said?
MB, I can't see it good. Tell me what it is.
National Insurance Board, Trinidad and Tobago, wave me, what I say? Wave me, yeah? You see it? All right, good. All right, and what does it say there? ID card for Barbados, wave me, Diana. So one step of getting my ID card for Trinidad. Take that. So go ahead. Keep it rolling.
Empirical evidence.
Talk your talk. National insurance now.
You can apply for them grants now, you know.
Alright.
You can apply for them grants now.
Alright, don't worry, the ID card coming.
Yeah, you can apply for them grants.
I just need the passport. When the passport, let's start to speed up the thing now.
You can
Oh, please. And I could go and bring the birth paper and show you. Roll it along, Ansel.
Yeah, man. The thing nice, man.
Look here, buddy. I have something to say to you again there, Ansel.
Which one? Denzel? Denzel is my partner, man. Let me see what Denzel say. Let me read what Denzel say. Denzel say, If you fail to understand, the labs are producing results on different days. Not all labs are producing with the same efficiency, so the reporting cases are staggered over different days. The report which the ministry gives every day represent what they received in the last 24 hours. And dummy, that is what the report states. And all they does want to give advice can't even understand basic English.
Why is he?
Well, no, Diana, it's okay. Denzel, you know, here what to do, Denzel. Listen, what I'd like you to do, my friend, is go to the asterisk at the bottom, okay? There's an asterisk at the bottom, and the asterisk will give you a further indication. You see? Because when it says last 24 hours, that means to say that these are the tests. These are the positive tests, Denzel. But it doesn't mean to say what happened in the day. It's different because you got to look at the overall numbers, Denzel. Look at the button. Look at the asterisk, Denzel. It's simple, Denzel. You know, we have some intelligent idiots in here. We have a poet who is outstanding. She's a motivational speaker, right? She was just selected to go to Martha's Vineyard, where many people don't get to go. She's a poet from Trinidad and Tobago. You see, not many people. There were a few selected poets that get to go to Martha's Vineyard, and she was one of those. We have another gentleman who is a counselor here in Newark, right? There are very few people that are counselors in Newark. We have 𝗪𝗶𝗹𝗶𝗵 also, who's a humanitarian and fighting for those. I'm not even going to get into my history, Denzel, but I'd like you to know, Denzel, this little black boy from 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 have established 20 world records as men track and field. You see what I'm saying? It's just one of those things. And by the way, Denzel, he's also a professor at a university, University don't have many idiots in that university, Denzel. You know what I'm saying to you? So I'm just trying to help you here, Denzel. You know what I mean? So, you can take that however you want to do it, all right?
Just look at people and call them dummies and idiots.
No, but you have to expect these from these Trinidadians. That's just the way they are.
I like that Yankee accent.
Yes, that's the way they are. What do you expect from them? You cannot expect anything else from them. They show their real behaviors.
Ansem, give me a moment. Tommy, you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let me just apologize. What am I thinking, man?
Yeah.
Let me.
Wait, pull it, Denzel. Denzel said he probably was somebody might.
Yeah, wow.
All right, let me just mute it now. No, Denzel, I was not the first dummy at that university. There were a few dummies before me. You see, I was not the first one. There were a few before me, so you got to give me credit. Come on. I don't like you to say I'm you probably was the first dummy. No, I was not. Of course not. There were others before me. You got to give me credit. Come on. What are you talking about, Denzel? Please. No, there were others before me. There were others that came before me, Denzel. I guarantee you that's the truth.
Tommy, let me apologize, right? On behalf of other Trinbagonians for a certain individual in the chat for, disrespecting you, right? I mean, they didn't have to go there with and they want to talk about my mouth dirty. I have never used profanity live on this show here. I want to go to tell me about my mouth dirty, and they put in the chat live certain conversations, referring to your wife. Let me apologize for their.
But Diana, I didn't put that up in. Diana, I don't put them things up on the screen though. You understand? Okay. And I really don't. I don't put those things up on the screen, nor do I mention it. I just leave it.
Okay, I thought the people.
No. I don't put them. No, you can't see that. No, you'll never see that up on the screen. I don't put those things up.
Okay, all right.
You see, Diana,
how many people they help? How many Tunians in distress have they helped?
We asked that, Gary. But let me tell you something. An attorney told me something one time. My good friend, an attorney in New York, very intelligent fella. A bright, intelligent Trinidadian. He said, boy, Wall Street boy, let me tell you something. You see, when people can't deal with facts, in law, we have something called ad hominem attacks. And I want Paul and Denzel to look it up. He said, when people cannot deal with facts, they do what's called ad hominem attacks.
Yep.
Ad hominem attacks is to go way below the belt, go into the sub-basement, when they cannot deal with facts.
Yep.
So I have learned very well from my learned friend, God rest his soul, that when people cannot deal with facts that you are putting forward, they attack you with what's called ad hominem attacks.
Yep.
But answer why they hitting below the belt is to kick them with the boots.
That's right. That's right.
No, well, no. Denzel said I was the first idiot in the university. I tell him, no, there were some idiots before me. I wasn't the first. You understand? There were quite a few idiots before me. You know?
We are idiots. We are idiots for extending ourselves to assisting people who have been banished from their country and caused to suffer by their government actions. We are the idiots for responding to those Trini nationals who reside in Trinidad and Tobago, and we assist them in any which way we possibly can. You know, we are the idiots for doing that.
Yep, and I talk about a little, help them a little.
I think that's Tommy's mic. Something wrong with Tommy's mic.
Yeah. So then Denzel says, this is what Denzel says. But Denzel, we have to be careful, you know, because this is also a radio program, right? This is our radio program, and we are on radio, and we are fully FCC licensed, right? So there is a lot of people in the diaspora who listen to the radio program. So you see, all your dotishness about the amount of viewers. We don't care if we have one viewer. There's thousands of people listening to the radio program, thousands. And they're not just listening to the radio program here in the United States of America. They are listening all parts of the world. So, you know, all you have to realize, all you're so myopic, all you're so myopic in all your thinking, right? I mean, the 𝗪𝗶𝗶𝗵𝗃, is that a word there, no?
No.
Okay, you know how to make a word sometimes, right? There's so much people that are listening. There's so much people that are listening. All they think we only have viewers on Facebook, right? But people have reached out to us from what we see, what they see on Facebook. You understand? So listen. Denzel say invite me on. Denzel, we'll invite you. We'll invite you, but Denzel, we have to tell you, the first time you use any obscene language, any disrespecting language, any sort of language that put the radio in jeopardy, you're gone. You will be banned. We don't even want you in the room. Right? We will have you, but we don't. I'm letting you know ahead of time. If you could agree to that, put it in the chat that you will agree to that. Right? We will invite you. We'll invite you. We allow anybody in the village. This is the village, man. When you come into the village, when you come in the village, you're ready to deal with whatever in the village, man.
Something went wrong with your mic just now, too.
No, that wasn't me. My mic good. So Denzel, we will invite you, right? So you fully agree. All right, no problem. We go invite you, man. Right? We like to invite people. We not like other people. We know this program is not like other programs. You know? And talk, but if you're gonna cuss and get on, like how many Trinidadians get on, we can't encourage that. Because this is a fully FCC licensed radio station. We do this on Facebook Live because we want people, you know, to see us. Right? And they can go back and listen to the program after the program is finished. You see? So let me see what else I have in the background here, boy. They want to hear Imbert and his salary review?
No.
No. Or they want to see Imbert buff some people?
No.
No, they want to see that.
It's Saturday and I want to rest.
Oh no. Listen to this one. This is the joke before we go. Listen to this one.
My lord, you thought I was lying when I said my client was too sick to appear in court. See, he can't stand up. He can't sit down. He can't walk. He can't do anything. Why? Because, according to this medical report here, signed by 6 international medical gurus, his spinal cord is completely damaged. As a matter of fact, he has to fly by the next flight to Canada, USA, and Dubai for urgent treatment. Thank you.
I see. I'm a constitutional lawyer. What have you got to say?
My lord, just give me 2 minutes.
Oh no!
Hey Denzel, send your number in the chat. Denzel, put your number in the chat. Okay? Yeah, I mean, listen. All right, yeah, man. But Diana, I told you guys, you know, I just had to toot my own horn every once in a while. So I ran my first race today.
Yay!
It was really fantabulous. You know what I mean? I ran the fastest time in the world. If you could go to Mars, I ran the fastest time in the world for my age group today. So I am the fastest man, my age, in the world as of today.
One year we gotta come over to Jersey and witness these feats of yours.
Yeah. And you know what I will do too? I will also tape them.
No, I want to come and see it live. I come in and I ball it and go on, Slim. I balling for you.
Yeah. No doubt about it. It.
Right, Tommy
yeah,
and Gary, we balling down the place, right?
Yeah. So Diana, this idiot is the fastest man in the world for his age group. Fastest. In the song, I wanna go faster.
Well, I go come in last.
I think Tommy, Tommy's mic is still messed up.
Yeah.
You just want to go and support.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but with some feedback.
Yeah, your mic.
You sound like you have a cold.
I'm not.
Yeah, your mic giving us a lot of feedback, Tommy. Yeah, so folks, of course, who do we have there? Just a minute. I'm gonna put something here. I'm gonna see something. On sound. Yeah, and you know it's funny too, I also coach kids, I coach kids as well, and I have my academy is called Running Development Academy because I consider my running academy to be like Princeton Review and Kaplan. Princeton Review is where kids go to improve their SAT, right, and their ACT, as well as Kaplan. And when kids want to run faster, they come to Running Development Academy. And I have produced many kids who have gone on to scholarships at many universities in the United States of America. Not only that, but I also produced my son, which I don't talk about a lot, 𝗪𝗶𝗶𝗵𝗏, who went on to a scholarship, a soccer scholarship at Drexel University. So, this idiot have done a lot of things.
So, Gary, anything new?
Not
yeah,
really.
Gary.
I just sent out some clip there about a cure for the COVID that they come up with there. And I don't know if you can play it from it.
Yeah. You with the fever grass?
No, not that one. This is a modern medicine type thing here. Remedies.
All right, talk so I can get it. Go ahead, Diana. You guys just talk quickly. I get it.
Is my mic any better? Just checking.
Much better.
Yeah.
All right.
The cough gone.
Yeah, that's the cough gone.
You get joke out.
I'm not I'm not at home today, so I'm trying to get myself together here.
Oh, that's why your phone acting up. You're going into a COVID territory or something.
Yeah.
See, gone again.
To me, like you have 𝗩𝗶𝗹𝗶𝗵𝗡.
No. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, we hearing you now.
Yeah, we hearing you now.
Is it clearer? Any clearer?
Yeah, it's clearer.
Yes, indeed. You know, Anselm, I don't worry about school children because the only reason why they're throwing, I'm like a mango tree. The only reason why they're throwing fruit at me, stones at me, is because I'm full of fruit.
Yeah,
So I'm not worried. And as Anselm, I have done my share of mentoring and produced doctors and university graduates and scientists and other professionals. So I'm not worried.
Well, he pelt stones at me, and I let him know. He went at me and talked about my size, and I let him know that I'm married for 36 years to a man that loves my curvaceousness, and that my size pays me to be a model.
Take a bow, Diana.
Yeah, thank you. Let him know what's going on. I'm a 5'8", 215-pound Amazonian woman. Yeah,
yes,
he went there with me, so I'm proud of my stature.
I'm quite sure he cannot give his resume to us that would put him in a light that we would commend whoever he is.
But Tommy, I just said that. Listen to this, this little idiot black boy from 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗦 produced a young lady that went to a university that only accept 23% of the people that attend the college. What that means is that 77% of those apply get rejected.
Thank you, Anselm.
This idiot little black boy from 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗦.
Not
only that, but Drexel University, one of the biggest engineering school in the country, give this little black boy from 𝗪𝗏𝗃𝗧𝗦's son a soccer scholarship. Talk now.
Excellent.
Talk now.
And look, wait, and let me tell him, I am managed by an acting and a modeling agent in Manhattan. And pretty soon you will see me in movies. So I don't know why they just come at you.
Not pretty soon. Soon.
I don't know whether they just come at you. You know, all this bullshit. Excuse me, negative talk.
How much people them help?
And
how much people they help? Suffering in the country. How much people they help?
They want to come in. They want to come with this ad hominem attack at you.
Gary, you know why we have to tell them this, Gary? Let me tell you why. This is true, Gary. You see, Gary, in Trinidad and Tobago, my wife just bring 2 more pills to me. That's why. In Trinidad and Tobago, most of them fellas on the radio station, most of them people who are called radio announcers, right? Half of them, I ain't gonna finish it.
Good.
Yes, indeed.
And
I have 3 offspring. The first is a PhD graduate from Princeton.
Thank you.
Second,
tell them.
I don't like to toot my horn. The second,
tell them.
My boy is a graduate from Hampton University.
Tell them.
And the last one is a graduate from she did her undergrad at Drew, and she's a grad student from Montclair State.
Tell them.
And so they can say whatever they want to.
No, they like to bomb their guns. We have to tell them. We have to tell them. They think it's some of them people that be dealing with in Trinidad and Tobago.
A stupid ad hominem attack about food and weight and we are in a country that pays no attention to height, size, disability, origin, sexuality, whatever. Perhaps if you were here, you would have more opportunity, but you're not. Okay?
And they think that they can just stay wherever they are and make judgments.
On persons.
And say whatever they want to say.
And I'll let you know, I was minding my business sitting on a bench in Grand Central Station, and an agent came up and walked up to me and asked me, "Hi, how are you doing?" and zeroed in on me and asked me to go to a modeling agency in Manhattan. Hello.
Talk. Don't stop.
Talk. I haven't even started to talk about my resume, which I'm not gonna even get into right now because
I telling them about my resume. I telling them I established 20 world records. 20. There's no other Trinidadian with 5. None. 0.
It would take the rest. It would take the rest of the show to talk about my resume because it's so long.
What? When they get a chance, Google it.
Oh
Don't take my word for it.
And they pay for me to go to acting school and singing classes and all kinds of stuff. And you want to talk about food and size and all kinds of shit.
Because they think it's them little, they think it's them little fly-by-night on the radio stations they're dealing with the Trinidad. Little fly-by-night
please.
On the radio station in Trinidad. That's what I think.
Watch this avatar. That is a professionally done photo shot right there with my bald head. That was professionally done. You want to look at that carefully and see?
When I was professionally.
Hello.
When you come in the village, or they make sure you have all your armor on it.
Oh please, yeah. You want to talk? You want to?
Please. Because the village is a Gael. The village is a Gael.
Is that Gael?
Correct.
You want to shoot bullets? We can shoot back too, you know. Be very careful what you come out your mouth. Talk about people dumb.
But look, Denzel say we follow ourselves, boy. We have facts.
Y'all start it up. We can come back.
We follow ourselves. We have facts. It's facts.
Yes.
What we
Thank you.
We making this up. This is no makeup thing.
Makeup
thing. They don't make up. And you know, I could invite Paul to my class one day too, you know, since he's the worst in these.
Yeah, and I could invite him to one of my acting classes.
I'm going to help him. Let me help him write that paper. I'm going to help him write that paper for free. He not go online and use them online people to write the paper for him.
Maybe he learn something.
Yeah, I'm going to help him.
He started it, so what he get, he's going to have to take.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He's going to University of the West Indies. I could help him.
Oh no, I'll invite him to one of my modeling classes.
I wanted how much people he helped. I wanted to know how much people.
Yeah. Oh God. Gary, this thing ain't coming true, boy.
Oh God.
I send this thing.
They can't finish.
No. When they come, yeah. You know,
I felt that. I felt hurt. You know, the comments that were made about.
Listen to Denzel. Denzel, but nobody takes you all on. So feed on each other, but you inside here.
I want to come on the show.
All you gonna say, nobody takes you all on. So feed on each other, but you want to come in the program and you in the chat.
We are fools. We are fools.
And dummies.
You talking about nobody don't take all you on. Why you want to come in the program?
Here's what.
Why you want to come in if nobody don't take me on?
Here's what, friend.
What you come for?
Here's what. Anselm, here's what. We'll have to just forget and ignore that person and keep moving. Keep it moving.
Keep moving. Yep.
That's a distraction. That is a distraction.
Sometimes you have to, kick them, give them a kick in the boot.
Yeah, but at this point we have kicked enough. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, let's keep on moving. Yeah, so what are we gonna do? Are we gonna wrap up or?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up. Gary, we go play that video. It ain't coming in on my phone.
Yeah.
Okay, next time.
Another time.
Yeah. So folks, of course, it's In the Village with the Dark Triplets on WZY 95.9 FM. It's Diana, Ansem, and Gary, and of course we have Tommy also with us. You know, we have a bunch of intelligent, sophisticated people that's in the village here, and these people are helping people in Trinidad and Tobago and inspiring them for a better tomorrow. All right, and what we want other people to do is to put politics aside and help people so they can see a better tomorrow. That's what it's about, right? And me personally, I grew up in 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃, you know, and I could take any kind of criticism. When you grow up in 𝗪𝗪𝗃𝗃, building one apartment 2-1, no kind of criticism. Eleanor Roosevelt says, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. And in growing up, I always said, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. So all the kind of things people just try to say and talk and do, they could say what they want. It has no effect on me personally, right? No one can decide whether I'm going to be happy or sad. I make that decision myself. And actually, that is my closing words for the day.
Gary?
So go ahead, guys.
Yeah, you know, we just have to acknowledge people, man. Listen to me. We have a mission that we set out to do, and I remain persistent with it, regardless of what is fired at me, and let's fire right back at those and keep moving. You know,
Yeah.
we don't have to entertain them to too much of an extent. But I recognize this guy. I've seen him. I think he had came at me during some kind of conversation on Facebook too. So he's out there. So anyway, if you are stranded and you need the help with getting your exemption, there's no charge. Gary don't charge anybody. We don't charge anybody for anything. The number here is 201-932-6161. If you need help, please feel free to reach out to me. Diana?
Wait, Diana. What I'm going to do, Gayatri from Virginia, I think. If you are still there and you want to put something to close, she's one of our loyalists too. You can put something in, or you can actually call the WhatsApp line at 973-868-1444, and we'll allow you to close the program since you are one of our loyalists. And that's what we do here in the village. So I know Gayatri is in Virginia. So if you are still on, and as we said, we always want one of our loyalists to close the program. So you can close the program tonight. If you want to put it in the chat, or you can call 973-868-1444, and we'll put you on air for you to close the program. Go ahead.
Diana? Okay. Sword or shield? A state of emergency is like fear. Fear is a hard emotion to hold on to indefinitely. And governing through fear is not a good way to treat your citizens. O.G. Mandino said, always seek out the seed of triumph in every adversity. Trinidad and Tobago, we have a chance to do something extraordinary as we head out of the state of emergency eventually and navigate our way back to a new normal, whatever that may be. We can change Trinidad and Tobago for the better. Create a Trinidad and Tobago of love, where everyone is kind to each other, where our women feel safe. Let love and kindness be our roadmap back to reopening. The pandemic forced the world to a reset position. Trinidad and Tobago, you too must press your reset button. Leaders, incumbent, and the opposition, I am urging you to bury the toxic hatchet, political hatchet. Call a truce and work for the betterment of the country as a whole. This is your resident poet, Diana Benskin, bidding you auf Wiedersehen until we meet again. Good night.
Tommy?
Yes, indeed. I'd like to end by saying, you are never strong enough that you don't need help. And these are the words of Cesar Chavez. Cesar Chavez is a labor leader and civil rights activist. He goes on to say, there's always room for someone to help us and teach us something new, no matter how much we accomplish and learn. I like to also say that we should never ever worry. Those were the words of the Royal Lion. And also, Mark Twain has said, worrying is like paying a debt you do not owe. So keep calm, don't worry, do the right thing, follow the protocol, and be safe till the next time we meet.
And I also want to say something, right? Socrates also said, when a debate is lost, slander becomes the tool of the loser. That's a quote by Socrates, right? And of course, we're gonna leave with our quote, with This is kind of our new song, and this is to tell many people who live in Trinidad and Tobago. And this is by Preacher. This is a song by Preacher. Folks, good night, and we thank you. Let me see if guys should leave anything in here. No, she didn't. So Tommy, you actually closed the program then, and we're gonna leave with Preacher. Thank you guys. See you same WZY time, same WZY channel later. And of course, here comes Preacher.
country, Tobago and Trinidad. I pledge